Hi there. I'm so excited because today I got in two of my books from Amazon. And these are my author copies, but this one is available right now. Today's July 7th, 2025. And then this one should be available probably by Wednesday, July the 9th, 2025. Anyway, so today we're going to work on a project on this. This is summer nostalgia. It's retro 1950s paper, very vibrant, and these are my junk journal and ephemera pages book, and we're going to make a junk journal out of this today and then decorate it, and then probably tomorrow or Wednesday I'll make a project with this one. This is Shabby Chic. It's a tropical summer theme, and it's also, vintage and retro, but a nice soft pastel colors, and they're 8.5 by 11 pages. And so we're going to make a travel notebook out of this, probably tomorrow or Wednesday. So anyway, stick around. Today we're going to work on the junk journal with this one. Thanks. Okay, I am back and I have both of my author copies of these new books. And this one I went ahead and cut. I don't know if you saw my video. I have a heavy duty paper guillotine that I just love, and it trims just the very part of the spine off so that I get a nice clean cut. And if you don't have that, I recommend, instead of doing like I used to always do, the heat tool method where you heat the spine and all that, but then you have to trim the pages and there's glue and all that. It still works. However, if you have like an Office Depot or Staples or somewhere like that, you can get the spine cut off, unless you may even have a heavy duty paper guillotine that would cut through this. So anyway, the other thing you could do is, cut the book in half if you don't have a heavy duty guillotine, and then, cut it with a regular guillotine, because I do prefer that method now that I've been doing that. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and flip through. This is my Shabby Chic Romantic Papers. It's 8.5 by 11. And we'll go ahead and flip through this. And like I said, this will be available on Amazon probably July the 9th or something like that, but it is already on Etsy. So you could get this at my Etsy shop, and this is available at my Etsy shop as printable. So you could download and print yourself, and then you don't have to worry about cutting the spine off. So it just depends on how you like to get your papers. All right, so let's just go ahead. I was thrilled with how this artwork of mine turned out. I have the concept of like kind of a, I don't know if you saw the movie Love in the Time of Cholera. There was something so romantic and pretty about that. And here comes the kitty I was trying to get and film earlier. So this is Electra, and I'm going to tell you the story about her. I have a picture of her and because I tried to have her in my intro video, and she would not hold still long enough. She is only, that thinks she's about 12 weeks old, and I'll tell you the story of how she came to us. It's pretty awesome. All right, so all these beautiful travel. It's kind of like, like I said, like tropical or summer travels in days gone by. I just like the errors of the past for my images. Just having a little wine picnic there. And this has it has birds, and it has books, and it has coffee and wine and some sweets. And oh, here you go. Come on, honey. Oh, there you go. You didn't want to be in the video earlier. So here's some more decorative books. Lots of florals, of course. Beach themes. We have tropical birds. I love that lady there. Got a little bit of wine. What's a vacation without that? We've got our coffee for in the morning. Just some really gorgeous florals. Pretty bird. Here comes Electra back. I'll tell you how she got her name too when I tell you the story. So our new kitty, her name, isn't that gorgeous bird? Her name is Electra, and I'll tell you when I tell you the story about her, how she got her name. All right, and then we have our ephemera. So we have some stamps and just some other cutouts. And then we have tags and some ribbons and more cutouts. Now, I will tell you, I'm currently working on volume 2 of this because I love these papers so much. I'm making more, like different images and then some more ephemera. But then I had these little poetic quotes that I created, and I thought they would look good on the some journal cards. So we've got journal cards there, just lovely verses and beautiful images. So that is this book. And again, you can get it at my Etsy shop, and I'll leave the link. Let me tell you about my Etsy shop. So I opened that shop probably about 3 years ago when I started creating these papers. But I ended up, because I had already written fiction and published with Amazon, I went ahead. It was just, I already knew there was no learning curve for me to publish on Amazon. So that's what I did. I focused on that. And now I would like to start focusing on my Etsy shop. So even though it's been open for a while, there's only like 3 listings. And I know that that is not good. People that don't know me will go there and not know that I, create so many papers, but I do. It's just going to take time to get them all listed on there, which I will in time. So anyway, here are our pages for the junk journal. And I probably don't need to flip through them because we're going to see them as we're putting this together. So let me, we'll get all our supplies together and we'll make this junk journal. All right, so I went ahead and cut out the ephemera pieces off camera, and then we'll be able to use those whenever it's time to decorate. But all we really need right now is a bone folder, because I cut the spine off, like we said, and so now I'm going to fold the pages. So regardless of how you get them out, keep them in order, and we're going to pick this one up, and this is going to be our cover. So we're going to fold this way so that this is on the outside, and this is going to be on the back. And then we're just going to give it a nice little crisp fold there. And we can lay it this way, and we'll just start piling the other ones up on it. Okay, so then this one, we are going to do the same thing. We're going to go this way. Let me make sure. Nope. Let's have to think a minute because I want this to be with her. So we want to fold this way. And just so they match up, and look good together. That's the main thing. So I like that together. And there we go. And I made a little video with her. That's on my promotional thing. So anyway, we want to go this way. I'm trying to think, this way, because we want this to be with her. It takes me a minute. And you can just, like if you get them wrong or out of order, you can rearrange them because we don't have them bound together yet. And there's our little 4th of July. So we're going to fold this way. And we just had the 4th of July. And I had a great one. I hope y'all did too. And while I'm folding these, I was going to tell you the story of Electra, and I'll pop her still picture up here with me holding her. I could not get her to hold still for the video. I don't know if you saw my video. I created a book that is entitled Best Cat Ever. When I created that book, when my husband and I were so heartbroken over, I got this a little bit off, over our gray cat, Little Bit. Oh my God, we love that cat so much. And he got lymphoma, and we lost him on March 12th, and we were just devastated. Still are. I miss him every day. But we were not ready. Our hearts were not ready to go out and look for another kitty because there's so many. I mean, there's just so many little strays around everywhere. But we weren't quite ready yet. We knew we would get another one, but this one came to us. And I'll tell you where she got her name too. So, Charlie has the car dealership and we live behind it. So, there's another car place that we share a parking lot with. And then we just stopped this for a minute. So here is our main booklet. And then I created these other landscape pages that you can put in anywhere you want, or you could make them your cover. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick them in the middle of the book. And I want to keep this as my cover because it's got summer up there, but you could, use any of these for your cover as well. So let me go ahead and just fold these, whichever way makes the best sense. And so you can kind of look, do you want that on the outside or this on the outside? And either way would really work. So I think I'll go this way. Shows the front of the car anyway. So what I was saying is that sorry, I got distracted. So what I was saying was that the car business across the street from us, I could see the owner on our security cam. I could see him walking toward us with something in his arms. So I went out to see what he was carrying. And here it was this little gray kitten. What happened was I like that way. She had come there. Someone brought their Buick in, and when they opened the hood, this little kitten jumped out, and she was I guess she was about 8 weeks old then. And anyway, they called the owner of the car, and he said, no, we have a lot of feral cats around here, and it was one of the ferals. You can bring it back, or if someone wants to keep it, well, of course, I wanted to keep her. And so since she popped out of a Buick, we call her Electra. And she is just precious. She's full of energy. We're not getting a lot of sleep these days because we got to try to get her on our schedule, which is not easy. Any of you out there that have kittens know that. So that's what we're working on now. So this one, really, I could fold this way because then we'll have like a little journal page. There we go. Isn't she pretty? I mean, I just love all these bright colors. I wanted something vibrant this time. I'm like, I am just going to go for it. I am going to go for the vibrant summer colors and 4th of July and Memorial Day, Labor Day celebration type of colors too. And I love this is for travel because look at the map on that. Fun papers to create. All right, and then these are my pages that are pocket pages. So what you're going to do is fold up, and the instructions are on there. You're just going to fold this flap up about to there. Okay, and then we're going to glue here and here, and we're going to fold in half. And I try to create these for all of my junk journal books because I think it's just a fast and easy way to have some pockets, and plus then you have little half pages in there too, so I always like that. And then this one, same thing, we're going to fold. And actually, if you wanted to make sure they're the same, I don't know that it really matters, you could lay that down and measure from, look about where it's folded again. Now I will tell you, I corrected this. So whenever I got the proofs back, I noticed that some of, like, that's in the center, but that's not in the center. So I have since corrected that. So yours, if you order this, they will be correct. Okay. So they're little half pages, and we'll glue those. And then, I didn't fold that very well, did I? Well, I don't know that it matters, but glue our little pockets down, and I will be right back. Here's the ephemera. We have these pieces already cut out to help decorate. Okay, I'm back, and since I saw the video was running long, I thought I'll go ahead and embellish it and then come back and do a walkthrough, a flip through. But as I was doing that, I realized that I wasn't happy with just sticking our landscape pieces like this that, you know, I had just put in the book randomly. I realized I wasn't as happy with them as I thought I would be in the mix, because I thought that the colors are so vibrant and they're all similar themes that they would mix and match. But I really, after I started embellishing, I thought, you know what, I'm going to change that up, and I'm going to show you why. The other thing I changed was those little brass things, because as I was going through my embellishment supplies and ephemera things, I remembered the beads that I have, and so I put these beads on in place of those, and I think they work better. All right, but actually, and this is the advantage of doing the elastic, is it's so easy then to pull off and, you know, add pages, pull your pages out to journal over them and things like that. So that's one advantage to using the elastic instead of a more permanent type of closure. Okay, so what I want to, let me explain to you what the issue ends up being. When I create these junk journal pages for the books, the way they come, so I have to figure out and calculate how they will match up. So in other words, this will be a full page in your book, but when you fold them and put it into a journal, see, they don't go together anymore because they're covered up. So that's why, you know, it takes planning, because I wanted this to match up with that one. But these extra, I did want to make some landscape images because I just think they're so gorgeous, and they can be used in other projects, but there is a way to also use them in the junk journal, which I'm going to show you. Let me just explain what the dilemma ends up being is if you just stick this in randomly like that, what happens is, so they don't match, and then you open this and they don't match. And then of course, you know, on the other side, same thing. So that's why you can't just randomly add them in. Again, I thought, well, they all coordinate well enough so it'll work, but I wasn't that happy with it. So I came up with this solution, and you'll just need cardstock that matches, and I thought that matched pretty closely. And you'll take your cardstock, it's 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You'll want to trim the bottom off, because remember we trimmed the spine off of our book, so our pages are a little bit shorter. Now, if you do the digital downloads and you print them yourself, you would not have to trim this off, because the 8.5 by 11 cardstock would match exactly to your pages. But if you got it in the book, then you would want to trim the bottom and make your make it 8 3/8 this way, and then you fold it in half. And then I took the extra pages, and since you wouldn't want them to overlap or come right to the edge, I wanted to trim them as well, you know, so that you have room there to mount that on. So I cut those to 8 1/4 by 5 3/8. I'm sorry, I'm holding up the cardstock, but I should be holding this up. So these I trimmed to 5 3/8 this way and 8 1/4 this way. And what I did is, the reason they were like this and the reason I tore them in half is because we're going to have to rearrange them. So let me just show you how I did that. I found it really easy. Since I already had them folded, I went ahead and just folded back and forth several times on itself. I think this is easier because you already have that crease. It would be a nightmare, at least for me, to line it up in the trimmer and cut it exact where we have that. It's not that easy to line that back up. So I did this and just tore. Now you could take, and I do have a metal ruler here, you could take that and, hold it so that you can, get the nice edge, nice and even. Or you can just, I found it was just as easy to hold pressure and tear. Either way, whichever way you want to do it. And remember too, we're going to trim down to 5 3/8, and you could trim it on that edge if you had any rough edges from tearing it. Okay, so you have to split these because remember, we can't put it in like this or it's going to not match up. All right, and it'll make more sense as we progress through this. So, let's trim these. This would need to be, each one of these, I want them to be 5 3/8 by 8 1/4. So, make some room here. And you could just do it on. You can really, since this is a nice smooth tear, I didn't have any places where it's rough, you could really trim it on either side. But I'll go ahead and trim it on this side. So 5 3/8. That right there. See, we're not trimming much off, just enough so that it fits well onto our cardstock. Okay, and then this needs to be 8 1/4. And again, you can take it off of either end, whichever works better with the design. And so I know this video is going to be still be long, but at least, we've come up with a solution. Okay. I can't see when I got this camera going. Let's see. That's it. That's where we want to be. And then 8 1/4. Trimming a little bit off of here. Okay, so I think the more I was thinking about it, I think I'll just use 3 of these cardstocks because I want to use this, like use her as a fussy cut, and I'll show you when we get to these pages I'm going to put in the center, and then I want to fussy cut her, so we'll lose one there, so I'm just going to do 3 of the cardstock pages for extra, and that gives us 6 more in our book, which is pretty good. Okay, and I think it will make more sense and be easier to go ahead and put our elastic back on, just so we can see how the book's gonna come together all together. Okay, so just slide that back into the center. Okay, there we go. And that is what I like I said, about using the elastic. It makes it temporary. You can take them out, journal on things, add more pages, and so forth. Okay, now let's go ahead and put the cardstock pages in to work on. And I know I'm making I said the video had been getting too long, and now I'm making it even longer, but I thought this was important to go ahead and go over how you can do this. Because you may have pages from even other kits that you want to add into your junk journals, but maybe they're a solid landscape scene like these. And this is one way you could do that. I'm trying to figure out why that's not all folding up there together. Okay. So we want to have one that matches her. And so we want to pull from our pink and blue pile. And I mean, that would match. And you could put photos there, or even that. Well, that looks gorgeous there, doesn't it? It's on the other side. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, I think we'll put that there. And then we can go maybe to the red. It's not really red, white, and blue. It's kind of red and burgundy and blue. And we have these that we could use there, and they actually fit together, so that's good. And then I'm put that little flip up thing. But remember, we couldn't leave it solid because if we'd have to slide it through there and then they wouldn't match anymore. So that's why we have to cut and then glue or paste. So we've got that. And then let's go to, let's do our, I kind of want to do I wanted to do the yellow in the center, I believe. So let's do another pink. I've got her already embellished there, so I'll put that on there and see what goes. Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, that's cute. You got journaling room, or we could do it this way because I usually have the journaling on the right. It's good. All right, now, and I kind of wanted to put, especially since I was going to do that fussy cut. So that would go like that. Okay. And then we could do, because we're going to want to end up with pink over here to match her. So let's do another, we got the stars and stripes there. We'll put those together. And then, yeah, we'll need pink. Oh, all I've got left is pink, so that's good. This one I already had embellished. Endless Summer. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if any of these are that great on here. Oh, here's another. Here's another pink one. That looks pretty good. Would it be better with this one? No, that's too dark. Let's go with that. And then we've got to put one here to match with her. Should have some journaling space there. Oh, I like that. I like those nice bold flowers. Or that. Okay, so it's either that or that, and I'll take this one. All right, so now we're just going to, and I'll speed this up because all I'm going to do, I want to put glue on the corners and then just put, I'm just going to use my tape roller in the center. But again, you don't have to suffer through this. I'll go ahead and just, well, let me do one and then I'll do it off camera just because you don't even have to watch it sped up. You know how to do this. So we're just going to go ahead and put some on the corner because that's the most important thing when you're putting them in a book like this and you got loose pages. You want to make sure that the corners stay down, and then just go ahead and do your tape runner. Yep. I just like to really cover it good and kind of go over your edges there. Okay. So we got page number 1 done, and then I'll do the rest and come back and show you our final product. Woohoo! All right, finally we have this together, and it turned out pretty thick. So anyway, I'll go ahead and run through it and tell you about the added embellishments. So I don't know if you saw my Prima Marketing. I got a mystery box from Prima Marketing, and it had these gorgeous flowers in it. I mean, all kinds of gorgeous flowers. You should check that video out. I love their flowers. But I kind of wanted to stick with like the smaller ones for this, so I thought these worked out really well. And then we have Sun and Sand here. And I had gotten these little flamingos from Hobby Lobby, and I thought that worked out there pretty well. And then just one of the tags, and I have this gorgeous chiffon ribbon, Beach Days. I put them there. And then here's another tag, and that goes down in one of our pockets. And then sometimes I like to take the tags and make them a little tuck spot. So we have our cherry pie. I know apple pie is American, but I like cherry pie. And it has just like the little, so on the back is the seamless pattern. But put it down in there because you can use, if you don't want to use the ephemera pieces, you can use the seamless patterns on the back. And then we've got another tag there, tuck spot, road trip. Another road trip kind of page. Now put some more of the flowers here. Another one of our other pockets here, and a tag. Now put a little bit of bling there, a little bit of bling in the flowers in her hair. And then here we start into our extra pages. So this is the one you watched me glue down, and then I went ahead and did the rest off camera. I had already embellished that, just like a little cover up there, a little flap. And a little tuck spot here. And that's our center. Oh, and here's where, and I actually made it so that you could put, you could like stick a photo or some kind of memorabilia in there because I fussy cut her out. Stars and stripes. And this is a tuck spot too. And then endless summer. Just put some pop dots on that. Our little umbrella, beach umbrella. Then we got another pocket here and a tag. Again, that's a pattern on the back. Lots of space to write. Some amusement park fun. I tend to embellish in the beginning, as you can tell. But the rest, I'll embellish this as I'm adding photos and journaling and so forth. I'll be adding more things and tucking more things in the pocket. I made like a little, I forgot to show you that on the first page. So I made a little belly band here. You could stick something. Oh, no, I did show you because we've got I used the belly band, made that a belly band there. And then some more journaling, and that's the back. So I think I made a really nice, fun journal. And thanks for watching.